Hello, welcome back to my tiny little corner of YouTube where we keep meetings. I want to talk today about something that makes my life so much easier, and I'm really advising all of you to go out and do exactly the same, and that is ChatGPT. If you're not already using ChatGPT, where have you been? Are you still under that rock? Come free from the rock. Come out wherever you are and get down with the kids, my friend, because it's a game changer. So I'm going to break this into 3 parts. It's going to be kids, mum and work, and 3 categories of things that we use to simplify our life by using ChatGPT. So for those of you who do not know what that is, it's basically AI. Where have you been? You need to get on the case, figure it out. It simplifies everything all in one place. So I have been using it for a good few years now. I think it's made things easier. And I have had conversations with people about using it before. And some of them are very much like, anti it and like, oh, it's not creative, it's not, I like to do this myself, I like to write the nice emails, rah. That's fine, you do you, my friend, like that's okay. But when it comes to certain things that you don't like doing or struggle to do or take a lot of time and energy to do, why not just outsource it? It's basically like having your own personal assistant. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking you to explore the idea. And those who think it's not creative, I would really like you guys to comment below and let me know a creative way of using it, because everything's creative. We're all creative in our own capacity. It may not be arts and crafts, but it may be accounting. It may be, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now, but we're all creative in our own right. So let's get creative with ChatGPT. That's what I say. What we've got to remember is we're still the boss. We are still in charge. We are still driving this ship. We're just giving it the information. So the more efficient you want it to work, you have to make sure you're giving the correct commands and the correct prompts. So what I mean by that is, don't just say, oh, what shall I have for tea? Tell it the ingredients you have in the cupboard. Tell it what you're thinking. Tell it the time of the year. Tell it what diet you're on, whatever. And it will create that for you. So it's about making sure you put in the correct commands, prompts, rather than just going, oh, well, it didn't tell me the right thing and it doesn't know I'm on a keto diet. Well, no, did you tell it that? No. So remember, you're still driving the ship. You're driving the AI ship, my friend. That's all I'm saying. Let's get into this. So starting with kids. So things we use ChatGPT for with Oliver in our home. Since homeschooling, we've probably used it much more because it's just so much easier. We've used it for things like Oliver's learning, storytelling. Oliver wanted to do the BBC 500 words last year, but was struggling to finish it. So what he decided to do, he was just going to talk in the rest of his story, and we sent it off to ChatGPT. They pulled the punctuation and grammar in for us. I mean, boom. Some may say that's not creative. I beg to differ. I think that's very creative. That is thinking outside the box. My child would not finish that story and we wouldn't have got off to the BBC competition if it wasn't for that little bit of help. Now, also, some may say, well, I could have done that and typed it in, rah. Yeah, we could have done, but we cut our time down by like that. Do you know what I mean? He spoke it within about, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. It was done. It was put to bed. I think that's very efficient. That is time management, if you ask me. So that's one thing we've done. Also, in terms of learning, there's loads of things. And like I say, please comment below some suggestions, because I would like to know. I'd like some ideas. I'd like some ideas from you guys. We have used it for maths equations, English, anything that we're working on. So say, for instance, if you wanted to come up with a story, or you wanted to do some punctuation and grammar around a particular thing that your child is interested in, then it can come up with that for you. And literally seconds. It's so easy, it's so efficient. And it encourages them to do it. If we talk about something that Oliver isn't interested in, it's harder for me to engage. But if I talk about something that's interesting, maybe like gaming or Lego, then easy, sold, done. Also, we have found it really useful for jokes and riddles, and that's really encouraged Oliver to read, particularly when we first started homeschooling and books and paper was a little bit of a trigger for him. I would just ask ChatGPT for some riddles and all would read them out to me and we'd have fun playing them. He didn't even realise he was doing his reading. I was happy. We're all winning. Tick that box, let's move on. Parenting advice. If you need some help with gentle parenting or you're trying to manage something or if you've got multiple children, I only have Oliver, so I kind of have it easier. But if you've got multiple children and you're trying to work on something and work through something, why not ask ChatGPT for some parenting advice? And like I say, don't forget the commands. If it's not quite getting to where you want it to be and it's not giving you the right output, it's probably because you've not put the right input in. It's a two-way street, my friend. It's a two-way street. Behavioural chats and reward systems you can use. You can use it for that. Give that a go. Again, haven't tried it, but I think that's a top tip. So that's pretty much a roundup of the things that you can use for parenting and children. So shall we move on to mamas, us mamas out there? What do I use it for as a mum? Planning. And I'm not a big planner. So you big planners out there, you're going to love it. If you've not used it, you are going to love it. It's going to change your life. You're going to thank me forevermore. So planning, meal planning, shopping lists, checklists, schedules, time blocking, you name it, you can use it. So particularly, again, like I mentioned with the food planning, or like food, so if you've got certain ingredients and you want to create recipes, it's perfect for that. Or if you're working to a particular dieting plan or a calorie allowance or etc., it will help break that down. But it doesn't just give you the meals, it gives you the recipes. It then breaks down all the ingredients you may need for the whole week, and then you can just whiz off and do shopping or online shopping, however you do your grocery shopping. So much easier. It's just ridiculous. We actually host students. We host foreign students that they come over to England to practice their English. And we host them for a week or two. They come in twos. They're normally teenagers. They tend to be boys. Not that makes any difference to this story. I'm just giving you context there. We love it. However, I have a regular kind of go-to meals that I know that boys, European boys, teenage boys are going to eat. So I just have a list and AI, ChatGPT, help me create that. So I put in all the things that I know works. It creates that list for me. Then it tells me the shopping list and I just have to press go on the supermarket shop. Do you realise how much time and effort that saves me? Because I just then know that I can look at the list. I've already got the ingredients. I've got it when they come. It's all there. It's all there. I'm not trying to worry every night about, oh, what shall we do? What shall we have tonight? I better go to the shop? Oh, I haven't got this. I've already done it. ChatGPT did it for me months ago. I just refer to the same list every time we get new students. Boom. Tell me that ain't creative. Tell me that isn't creative. I'm kind of hung up on the creative comment here. One person said to me, it's not creative using AI, and that's it. I've lost the plot. I want it to be creative. I do actually, genuinely do think it's creative. And if we're going to talk about tech, I'm going off on a tangent here now. You've got me rolling. If we're going to talk about tech, I think it's really important to move with times. We do have tech in our house, and I know there's lots of noise, I should say, around people, oh, tech, anti-tech, and it's not good, and everything in moderation. Let's create some balance, my friends. What I'm trying to say is, I think it's very important to get outside, but it's also really important to use the tech and not be anti it, and just trying to find a right balance that works for you and your family, and it will look different in every household. But if tech can make life easier, I just feel like, why not go with it? And the ones that are kind of up against it, like it's going to take jobs, it's going to do X, Y, and Z. AI and tech has been around way longer than ChatGPT, and it will take certain amounts of job, but it will also simplify jobs and make life easier. So why not use it now, particularly with children? Why not encourage children now to use ChatGPT so that when they're in the workplace, they're going to be way ahead of the children that haven't been using it. And I mean, God knows where we'll be by then. Well, we could have turned into aliens ourselves. Not aliens, robots, isn't it? I think that's two different things there. Anyhow, moving swiftly on. Planning being the big thing. Fitness plans, workout plans. I mean, honestly, you could just go on and on and on your whole week. You can time block your whole week. You can schedule things in. If your calendar looks busy and you're thinking, how am I going to manage my time? You can ask ChatGPT to time block your whole week or your day. I'm sure you are now thinking about all the ways that you can use to plan. And it's really fun. Once you first start using it, it's like, ooh, what can we do? What can we do? And it just kind of evolves and you just kind of get used to it and it gets used to you. So one of the big things I've used it for is mindset and personal development. Now this one's where it gets fun. I'm not gonna lie, this one's really fun. You can ask it to create your perfect day. You can tell it some of the things. You can imagine that you can wake up tomorrow, you can be anywhere, you can be anybody, you can be anything you want to be, and you put it into ChatGPT and it creates this story. Well, I was obviously crying the minute it did mine. I was booing my eyes out. I think I'm going to update it actually, because the last time I did it, I feel like I've changed my goals and my plans a little bit now. So I'm going to give that a fresh little makeover and see what it comes out with this time. But that's going to be my plan. It also, once it tells you this beautiful story about your future self, it then can also break down the things you need to do to achieve it and to get there at a time scale. So it's really, really good for that. It can give you affirmations so that you can read it. I then voice noted it. So what's very useful is then I read it on my phone on, I think on Notes, where you can voice record, read the story, and then I played that to myself for a few days. I'm going to go back and do that and update it and play that to myself, maybe just when I'm doing my hair and makeup on a morning. Because it's in your own voice, it feels very empowering because it feels like it's already happened. So it's like visualization. So really fun one, like one of my favourite things to do is that. Just playing with ChatGPT about my future self is like, I just love visualization as a whole. So that's very exciting. Journaling, it can give you journaling prompts. If you've had dreams, you can go to ChatGPT and ask what your dreams mean. Honestly, I could just keep going on and on and on. Party planning. That's another thing you can use it for. Party planning, where if you've got a child's party or an adult's party and you're trying to think of a theme, or you've got a theme and you want some food ideas and some games, right down to the invites, the music. It's so good. Oliver has a Halloween party every year and I've used it for some things like that, creating his invites, helps put all the details in and make sure you've got it. Or if you're wanting to have some little funky words in your invite or something creative, it's useful for that as well. It also links you quite nicely to like Canva and other design tools. So if you're wanting to then send it over and do your invite, you can work with it like that. I used it for interior design. So this is really fun actually. It's another kind of visualization idea where you can take a photo of the room and then you can create a whole new room. You can give it the commands of the theme you like, this type of interior you like, create a 3D visual of your room. So that's really fun. Another thing is travel. That's really useful. Helps with your itineraries, your packing list, budget. I've not used it for travel, but only because I haven't been doing a lot of traveling and we're hoping that will change. But yes, really useful for travel. So if anyone's used it for travel, please feel free to let me know. Idea, or if you're like, I want to go here, where's a good idea? Or what time of year is a good idea. So it's like really good if you've got some ideas of where you'd like to travel to, but you need a little bit more support. So basically you're just your own travel agent. So the last category is work. What have I used ChatGPT for work? Well, pretty much everything. Writing and replying to emails being a big one, where you can literally just a couple of things in and it constructs the whole email in a really professional manner, formats everything. It's just so much easier. And again, I've had people kind of saying to me, oh, well, I really like to sit and personalise my email. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. I can't do that. I cannot do that. If I was going to write some of my emails, it would take me all day. I'm just not very good at typing, spelling, writing, basically all of the things you need to do to email. But I want to be able to do it, and we have to be able to do it in this world. So I know what I want to say. I could speak it very quickly and very easily. So what do? Speak it very easily, and ChatGPT formats it for me and sends it in a beautiful written format. Now, again, don't forget to check it. Like you can't just go, okay, send, see ya. It isn't perfect, but it's about making sure you're managing it. It's your personal assistant. You are still overseeing everything. So make sure you go through and check everything and it is exactly how you want it to be. But the speed in which it can create that is far greater than I would ever be able to do it in like a day. I'm not going to lie. So that's just been a total game changer for me. Content creating, it's so good for creating content. Particularly if you're running out of ideas, that's quite useful because if you're like, this is what I do, and it might spark some interest. It's also really good for putting some words together for your comments or writing your descriptions. It's very useful. It's very useful for editing documents. So if you've got anything that you're wanting to reword or rewrite, or you wanting to make it harsher or more gentle, it's really good also for like any type of feedback, or if you're working with in customer service or anything like that, and your customer relations, and you're wanting to make sure that everything is detailed but in a tone that you want it to be delivered in, you can literally just tell AI to make it friendlier or make it firmer, whatever you're trying to kind of use it for. Also, I've used it for updating my CV and cover letters. I think that's another really useful format. I would actually just advise anybody to go and do that right now. Just go and update your CV. Run your CV through ChatGPT purely just to boost your ego because it feels great. You don't even have to be looking for a job. Just go and do it. Just see what it says about you, because it's very difficult often to blow smoke up our It's often very difficult to give ourselves the recognition that we need. But we can kind of say, oh, this is what I did, and it's really difficult to acknowledge the transferable skills that we have throughout our career. And everything is always leading us to the next stage. There's always something to be learned. We've always achieved something to move to that next step. But it's sometimes difficult, or I find it difficult. I feel like it's a bit egotistical to go, oh, look how great I am. But isn't it nice when somebody else writes that for you? So ChatGPT writes it for you. It makes you feel great. And you can move on with your day. Or you can go and get a new job, whatever you want to do. But I definitely recommend that one. Give that a go. Let me know how you get on. So that covers most of the things I think we use it for. It really has made life so much easier. And maybe that's because I'm somebody who does struggle to spell very well, type very well. My mum put me on a typing course when I was little, 10 or something. We used to go every Saturday morning and I hated it. Absolutely. It was a proper old school typewriter. My sister absolutely loved it, thrived off it. I hated every moment of it, and nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. My poor mum's money was wasted because I've not learned anything. I'm rubbish at typing, but I'm quite good at getting a lot of words into a sentence. I'm quite good at talking. So if I can talk in any of my ideas and then put it into a fashion that's easy for people to read and have that assistance that's free, that's easy, that's quick, I'm going to just do that. And I think that's my creativity. That's my creative side coming out. Okay? So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys use ChatGPT for. I would really like top tips. Let's get some life hacks going. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you've got this far, please like and subscribe because you're doing me a solid. And who knows, I might keep continuing making some of these videos. See you next time.